Hello, 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 everyone. Incredible greetings. I am super, super happy right now. Oh my God, I can't believe this is actually going on right now. All right, so yes. Let's go ahead and get this all shared out. So this is going to help me as I make this transition because I was really, really worried about this. But I have to prepare you guys for the transition because I know that I need to make certain moves. So let's go ahead, get this all shared out. I'm super, super excited. I can't wait until tonight's session where I can share this with my creative business students. Oh, because your girl's always going to figure out a way, hunty. Oh, M to the G. Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and get this all shared out. All right, where we go? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Nope, that's the old one. That's the one from yesterday. Where is our video for today? This was the test one. Don't want that one. All right, come on now. Come on. Where is, there it is. Let's go ahead and hit share on that. And I'm on the wrong one. So let's go share to a group. Hey, I'm not in my honesty speaking group from that page. Did not realize that. All right, so next, and okay. Let's go select all. Let's go copy. And I just realized I typed all this out. I have a whole post over here ready to go that chat GPT, because it makes it so much easier when I just tell it what I want to do. And it gave me a whole thing for sharing, and I'm not even using it because it's not on my phone. Well, actually it is on my phone. I could go straight to my chat GPT app and copy and paste the one that it gave me. It says we're talking all about templates, bundles, pre-made designs. But here's a weird question. Do you actually need to learn? Okay, now that's the video description. Where's the Facebook post? That Facebook post is pretty long though. If your business is based on custom orders, is learning to design actually necessary? Or can you just stick to using templates and pre-made files and keep it moving? I'm going live to break down why design skills matter even when you use templates, how simple tweaks like fonts, colors, layouts can completely change the quality of your work, why understanding your design program saves you time, frustration, and money. Like, these are all things that I was just talking about these things last night in the Creative Lounge. If you missed it, you missed it. Gave you guys opportunity to attend, to hang out with us live. I might do it for the next session. We'll see. Listen, there's nothing wrong with using templates. I use them too. But if you don't know how to adjust, elevate, and fix things when they go wrong, you're setting yourself up for headaches. In my case, migraines. Let's talk about what it really means to run a custom business in today's market. That's the post that, based off of what I fed it put everything, like, it outlined it for me. I told it, like, this is what I want to talk about, and it outlined it for me. If you guys are not using AI, specific, like, like chat GPTs and ones like for words, this is a way to kind of help you not have the grammatical errors. And that was a big thing for me. Like, I type so fast and there's like so much going on in my head, and just trying to type with these, because you're on the phone and stuff like that. I always mess up. And then my mom is quick to call me. She's quick to send me a message like, Shakia, girl, go read your post. Because what the hell are you trying to say? So I will say for me, I love using ChatGPT and like AI. I want to see how good Copilot, which is the Windows version, and Gemini, which is the Samsung version. I want to see how well they do compared to ChatGPT. So I actually need to kind of take my prompt. Well, they're not prompts to me. I guess they are prompts, but I just talk to mine. I want to see what they would spit back. But that's one of the things, like one of the ways I'm leveraging AI is I am notorious for my brain moving faster than my hands and my eyes sometimes. And I'm just going and I hear it. I hear what I'm wanting to say in my head. I'm visualizing like writing it out. But as I go to type it, and then of course with not so smartphones, it comes out like gibberish. So I'm like, yeah, to avoid that, I just speak because I feel like my brain and my mouth always are in tune, but sometimes my hands, it's just weird, right? So I'll just say what I want to say to my chat GPT. And it just gives it to me without the errors. So my mama can stop texting me and be like, Shakia, go back to your post. Cause what the hell was that? So that's what it kind of spit back to me. But I'm over here just typing out, taking up valuable time, looking down and wasting time on this live video instead of utilizing like what I think that post was absolutely amazing. So I got to start using that more. Um, so did you read the post? So everything was there. If you only looked at the first one, go into the comments. So that means this is actually good. I'm glad you actually said that. So I know you guys over here can't really see it, but Ty says, hi, where are you moving to? So that lets me know with my A and B testing. I put out a video that had all of the slides. You just had to watch the video and it goes through it. And then I also put out a post that was just like the first picture. So using not ChatGPT, child, look at me saying this another C word, Canva. I created this announcement about moving to 2 new locations. And there's like some animation and things to it that gives you the ability to save it as a video, right? And it's like 37 seconds. So that qualifies like for reels, for shorts and things like that. So I did that and I put the video up, but I also went in and went right back in and I saved each individual like design page or slide, if you want to say it that way, as a JPEG. And I uploaded that and I made a post that was the reel. I made a post that was just that first one that says, hey, or incredible greetings, we're moving. And that's just that one. And then I put all of the other images inside the post as comments. So now when people come, because y'all know people are nosy, and if it looks like there's comments there, most times people will click on the comments and read through them, and then they would see the other ones. So I'm guessing, Ty, you did not bother to click on the comments and go through it and see, oh, you know what? Hold on, I'm tripping. Hold on, wait. So that you didn't go through and like see what the move was. So I recommend going back to that post and clicking on the comments and looking at the other pictures. But now today I do plan to do the kind of like the same thing. But when I make the post, I'm going to put all of the JPEG images as a post because I also want to do it like on Instagram. And that will be like, they call it like a carousel where, it's like kind of like just swiping. So I plan to actually repost that same thing today. And let me go ahead, and I forgot to come over here and change this to public. So let's go ahead and change that part to public over on Facebook for Shahila though. But I'm going to talk about a little bit in here as well. But that's good to know that that's the one that and like I'm in this era of like with my students in my creative business program where we're talking a lot about social media and like posting your items, how often to post it, things of that nature. And this is kind of like that A and B sort of test. and doing the video version and then doing the picture version and which one people see. So Ty just let me know that she saw just the picture version. So thank you for that. Even though she had to run, she's like, I got to catch the replay, but that was pretty cool that, to kind of get that feedback to know that that's the version that she saw. Let me know in the chat, have you seen our We're Moving post? Let me know if you've seen the We're Moving post, and did you see the video or did you see just the picture? Let me know in the chat. And just want to make sure you guys everyone can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me? Everybody can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Because I'm trying something out, but to be honest, I knew the video works, but I don't know if it's picking up for both mics. So let me know. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me over there. Yo, I cannot wait to tell y'all what I am doing, Akeisha, tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm so excited for tonight. I'm so excited for tonight. Okay, so that's done. But let me that little Facebook post. Let me go over here to my chat GPT on my phone, and I need to go ahead and grab that because that's actually pretty good, and I need to use that when I'm sharing and stop playing around. Oh, wait a minute. Why are you not popping up over here? Okay, let's refresh. Let's refresh it. There we go. Let's refresh it. Okay, so they said over here, I saw the video post. I saw the video. Okay, so let me know over here, which one, if you guys saw it, which one did you see? The video or the one that was just the static picture? And if you saw it, where are we moving to? Where are we moving to? Oh, baby, prepare to be sick of me. Ooh! Prepare to be sick of me. Oh, wait. Okay, you saw the video version. Okay. Is that a new website? Look, I am a May baby Gemini, okay? So it is birthday month. It is birthday season because it is Gemini season. So for me, it is all of May, right? Because I'm a May baby. So we got to celebrate the entire month of May. But then I'm a May baby that's a Gemini. So we're going to celebrate all Gemini season. So prepare to be sick of me from May 1st to till June 20th. Prepare to be sick of me. Okay. That's like, I mean, so I'm a Gemini. So that's like twins. So the first Gemini likes to celebrate all of May. And then that other one is like, look, you got to see more of me. So we're going to go all of Gemini season. So it is my birthday from May 1st until June 20th. Okay. That's just how we roll. I gotta move. I gotta put my other thing over here. I'm missing my microphone where I really feel like a podcaster or like I'm in a radio station because I have my little arm. But I gave it to MJ. I need to buy him his own because he's into gaming and streaming now, and he took my stuff. I need to get him his own, so I can get my joint back. Because I think you guys never say anything, but I always feel like this audio is like really, really low because I feel like my microphone is like below me and I'm projecting this way. So when I go back and listen to it, I feel like the audio isn't as crisp. Especially when I'm standing up. Now, if I'm sitting down at my desk, it's a little bit different because I'm like right at the level of the mic. But whenever I'm doing the ones where I'm standing up, when I go back and listen to it, I always feel like the audio sounds very, very distant. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. Hello, everybody. I know we are now, 15 minutes in, and I haven't done my intro yet, but it's okay. I'm on cloud nine right now. So I am Shakia Lavelle, also known to you guys as Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. Most of you probably knew me as just Shakia from Silaholics Anonymous, which we still have that platform. But we want to embrace more of like our brand. Like we've spent pretty much the past 5 years building our brand. And although I'm very much so still a silhouette girl, and Silaholics Anonymous is still there, it's still a thing for me. It's my baby. It's the thing that always kind of gets people talking. I remember when Even used to go to deliver our packages before we changed our name because we were still selling stuff. Like the label and all those things would say Silaholics Anonymous, and then they would ask him at the post office, like, what is it that you do? Because when it comes to like anything with holics on the end, like alcoholics and narcotics, and like all these different things, like those with like addictions, and then the anonymous, they used to think that we had like a support, which we do have a support group. Like that was the whole premises of Silaholics Anonymous, to be a support group for those who were learning silhouette and things of that nature. And I might need to maybe that's what I need to do. I'm in this space of trying to figure out not a rebrand, not necessarily a pivot, because I'm still on brand for what I want to do. It's just with the way that things are changing, I just need to make adjustments for how people are thinking now and like what they are gravitating to. So people always say words like pivot, and it's like, I'm not really trying to pivot because I'm going to stay on brand. It has worked. I'm not like the Blockbuster people who should have gotten into like streaming and not like streaming, like when they had like Redbox and all of those things. Like Blockbuster should have been the person to put out that box versus letting other people kind of come in, because people were still like renting and stuff like that. I feel like Blockbuster should have had one of those like little movie things. And then like now, I don't know, we don't see them as, I think, is there still some of those? I think there might be one still at my Walmart. But like when it came to like the Red Box thing, like I love that thing. Like that, we were watching movies like crazy when it came to that. But like Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, they didn't try to transition to that from people coming in and getting like the DVDs or like VHS and stuff like that, to where people had these kiosks. So they kind of, that business. Now, the owners and the creators, they're still very much so rich. So I was having a conversation with ChatGPT today about that, where like if people see like a business has failed, and it's like maybe that business model has not worked out, but the person themselves is still very successful. So don't be thinking like, okay, that man went bankrupt, he now living under a bridge. Like they're still very successful and rich. It's just that they did not keep up with what was going on and how distribution of movies and things like that was changing. And then of course, when it comes to like the streaming stuff, like I feel like Blockbuster should have been like that Netflix, where you're going to take this library movie, you already have like the rights and things to sell it, you should have put this into like streaming. So Blockbuster kind of, I think, missed the ball on that with doing that transition, but the owners themselves still very successful and went into other business ventures. But anyway, I say all that to say I'm in a period of like that, like trying to figure out how to take what it is that I do and make it work for how people are consuming information, what it is like they want to do. Like I feel like now, because of so much like AI and things of that nature, and sites like Canva, where and we're really more so like the AI portion of it, like in the Mid Journey and Chat GPT, people being able to just type in a prompt and it's going to just give them this type of design. And especially now, OMG, Chat GPT and its update to where you can type out words and it's spelling it correctly and keeping it like on theme. Like it's not like the fact that it's spelling words correctly now, like it's just that whole AI image generation is just getting better and better and better. And we're not having all of the misspelled words or extra letters and things. Chef's kiss. But with the onset of that, people want quick designs, and learning design programs seems like the long way now. Like, oh, that's like, oh, that's played out. Like, why should I learn design when I can just go and just do 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 and it's gonna pop up for me? But what, like, that only takes you so far. Like, it's not giving you like everything. So you still have to know how to edit. And so that's the lane that I'm trying to figure out how to reposition my messaging in teaching, and why it's important to still get that knowledge, but it's just so hard because everything now is just fast paced. It's like instant gratification, being able to order your groceries and have them delivered, to your house where everyone has access. Before, that just seemed like a luxury thing. Everyone technically could have access to that. Having people just deliver your food and to come like to Uber Eats and DoorDash and all these things, being able to type in a prompt like I did here on Chat GPT, and it gave me a description that I can copy and paste. Everything is so fast paced now that I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to do what I love to do, that I know is still something that is very, very necessary. Because even with all of these advances, they're just a tool to help me get there faster. I still have to do tweaks and do certain things. So I'm trying to figure out how to reposition that. And even if I can't really tap into the design side anymore, if you guys don't want to really learn that, it's the business part too. So that I'm leaning more into, okay, once you do all this stuff, even with the AI and all those things, what do you now do for business? And the other part of like all of the image creation, all of those things, and all these different AI apps is, yes, it's instantaneous, but things I've said for literally the last 10 years, you cannot save time and money. The more AI things you incorporate, them folks want money. They're not just having this out here for you to do for free. There are some free options, but to get to the good stuff, it's like subscription after subscription after subscription. You got to sign up for this to be able to get this, because you got to sign up for this. Well, you need the subscription to be able to do more than like the free one, you might be able to do like 5 images. You get the paid one, you have unlimited and things of that nature. So all that stuff adds up. And if you don't have the coins, you're just starting out, I suggest you learn how to still do it manually so that you can make the money to justify then automating it and having all of these tools work for you. Where if you were somebody that would have hired people and you had that, you would still save money because you would hire people and they would be doing all of these like little things for you, doing your copy, putting your designs and things like that together. But with AI, you can pay less and get it done. Like that's where that scaling comes in at when it comes to AI. But people are not seeing that. AI is expensive. The more AI agents you have to do different things, the more money you are paying out. So don't think that it's just going to make your life easier and everything is just going to be hunky dory and I don't need to learn this because it's going to be free. You cannot save time and money. So if you want it to be automated through AI, one AI app does not do everything. You have to pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this. So it would behoove you to learn how to do some of these things manually in free softwares. Okay. So exactly, you still have to put it all together. But I'll say all that to say, we're still Sillaholics Anonymous. I did all that, like we were not a whole 10 minutes and still didn't do the intro, but y'all know who I am. But HS Inc. is our company. That is the shortened version of Honestly Speaking, the best sublimation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds, no butcher paper required. I implore you guys to go through your spam folders, okay? Even if it's an old email, I need you to go through your spam folders, your junk mail. Y'all need to open up an email from us because pretty soon you are only going to know about the best deals and being able to even order this paper through your emails. Y'all gonna think I am absolutely out of my mind when you see the way these prices are going to go. And you need to be on that email list so that you can get your code and you can order your paper and be paying like a reasonable price. But that's not going to happen if you guys are not opening up your emails. You got to get off of our unengaged and you got to get us out of your spam so that you're seeing it. We don't bombard you. We're not like some of these places you get, and they're sending out emails every single day, and now you have 1,000 emails, 4,000 emails, in your mailbox, and you're not opening them. Things that are important to you. If you're someone that does sublimation and you know you need the best sublimation paper in the world, don't put us on the back burner. We need to be at the top of your inbox. And when we send out something, it's of importance because we don't bombard you with a bunch of unnecessary emails. So make sure today, right now, go into your spam. If you feel like you haven't seen an email from us in a while, go into your spam. Go look for it. Just type in, honestly speaking, type in HS Inc. Type in 365 because it'll come up for HS Inc. 365 and anything that came from 365 Creative Academy. Get us out your spam, get us out your junk, and put us in your inbox so that when we release things and you have that communication, you will have that code. Okay, so someone says best sublimation paper, A to the man. All right, so I do see something else that you said. Let me go and look at this real quick. Oh yeah. So okay. Can I be honest? Can I be real honest with you? Can I be really honest? We actually did put some out. When it comes to we have a small, not say small, we have some of 8.5 by 11 and 13 by 19. We have an overstock of 8.5 by 14 and 11 by 17. So they're technically, we only put a little bit in at a time during this overstock sale. Like we have way too much of 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17. Send us an email. I just might be able to go ahead and create an invoice for you if you want 13 by 19. But right now we're pushing those. I know you're like, I need 13 by 19. But as far as a restock, based off of what your question was, once that does get really, really low, we are not, and you kind of heard, if you were on from the beginning, you kind of probably heard me talk a little bit about like transition and things of that nature. I love sublimation. I was a part of one of the biggest sublimation groups. I was the group. I was the voice. I was the person. I was the instructor. I was the one giving all the help and gems to build that group up, regardless of what they say. But sublimation wasn't what I eat, sleep, and breathe, right? I eat, sleep, and breathe just creativity. I love anything cardstock related, print and cut related. Like I was in the event space. I did sublimation, but on a really small scale for specific things. I am not that person that feels like just because I have a sublimation printer, I need to be trying to do any and everything. Like for me, sublimation served a purpose, which means I personally am not using it all the time. So in the first part of our business, I was using sublimation a lot because I needed to promote the brand. That got kind of old really, really quick. So I'm not always sublimating, and then me just kind of creating things just for sublimation. I have way too much stuff in our storage area that just is just sublimation things that I just would do just for videos. I couldn't keep doing that. So I'm not able myself to keep pushing it because then I'm just kind of wasting blanks and things like that. And I'm showing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So we're working on a plan, like all of the old content that I have done with submitting things is just like repackaging them, editing them, and then just putting it out there so people know about the brand. So like that's one of the things that we're strategizing and working on to where I don't feel like I have to keep doing it. We're also still looking for brand ambassadors who do a lot of sublimation, and you're using our products for you to create content that we can use to promote. So until we kind of figure that out, restocking is not a major priority for us. Supplies, because like that's like those are the top ones: 8.5 by 11 and 13 by 19. So when we get ready to restock those, it will be more of a pre-sale type thing. We're not going to keep an overstock of paper available. We'll have like our maintenance type one, but when you know like you really want paper, we recommend being on the list to do the pre-orders for it once it gets down really, really low and we just need to re-up. That's going to be the best way to guarantee that you have access to the paper is to participate in any of the pre-orders for the paper. So keep that in mind. I've made sublimation easier for everybody. I have made sublimation easier for everybody, but for some reason, people just have not realized that. Like, who wants to sublimate at 400 degrees? Who wants to wait a whole 60 seconds? Who wants to put butcher paper on top of everything and then have to put it on the inside and have to lint brush and have to tape and do? Who wants to do all of that? And no matter how much I screamed that to the mountaintops, I thought I was doing a great job with like marketing and getting that across, but I guess I wasn't doing it enough or doing it the right way. I don't know. Like, I don't know why people want to struggle when it comes to sublimation. I just don't know why. I think you guys like to struggle. I think you want, when you make it, you want to be able to be like, oh my God, it was just so hard for me. And I had to do this, this, and this. And I baked underneath my heat press for hours and hours and hours. And it took so long for me to build this business with my blood, sweat, and tears and all the sweat from my heat press because I was sublimating at 400 degrees. I think you guys want that struggle story for when you make it and you can be like, okay, well, I had to do X, Y, and Z instead of just making your life a whole lot easier right now. I really think that's what people want because they're not enough of you guys. You guys are not telling enough people like, look, you ain't got to be on the struggle bus. Go get that paper, get it done quicker, faster, better, more efficient, increase your profit margins by simply having this paper. Like, but I don't know. So, but anywho, the 13 by 19. So email me. I might be able to hook you up if you need some. But as of right now, look, I'm being very transparent. We got to get them 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17 numbers down. Yeah. So we'll like the 13 by 19, 8.5 by 11. That's going to be reserved for the people who are on the email list and they're actually engaging with us because, yeah, we got to get them other numbers down first. It's too much. You guys are sleeping on 8.5 by 14 and 11 by 17. Now watch, if that's gone, right? And we're like, okay, all y'all want is 8.5 by 11 and 13 by 19. We carry just that. Watch, everybody gonna come out the woodworks for the 8.5 by 14 and 11 by 17. Watch. But anywho, we sell that paper. We have classes, all that. This intro, this live has gone off the rails. It's okay though. It's okay. So see, thank you for the people over here that are keeping me on task. Like I'm gonna leave from over here. I'm gonna come over here because it says, yes, you still need to learn to design. Templates only help you with the particular template you are using. There'll be other things that you need to design that don't have pre-made templates. Could have said it better myself. People still need tell them again. People still need Silhouette Studio because it's free. Or if you want like the advanced features, it's a one-time purchase versus paying for it every single month and have to worry about that price increasing all the time because trust and believe. With all of this stuff that most people did not ask for and Canva's doing all these things for all like adding coding, most of us not going to touch coding. Most of you guys not going to touch the spreadsheets. Most of you guys are not going to need to do perspective. There's a lot of things in the new version, like the new updates and the things that they have released for Canva that the average person who lives by Canva right now and abandon all the other design programs, you're never going to use those because you have no desire to build an app and all these other things. So you're not going to use it. But guess what? You're going to pay for it. You think them people are adding all of this technology. They have all these really smart coders and people in tech. Them folks got to get paid. So if you think that price for that subscription is not going to go up, you have another thing coming. Oh, the price is going up. Trust and believe the price is going up. Okay. But something like Silhouette Studio, it's free. You pay one time for the upgrade to be able to have access to certain things, and you ain't got to worry about that. And you can make a lot of adjustments, and you can bring things in and build out designs. But if you are literally just using Canva to build out designs and you're bringing in the majority of your elements, you're paying for stuff that you don't use. Just don't shoot the messenger, okay? But some bases need to be created in there and then multiplied with AI. Oh, I like how you said that. Okay, so see, look at you trying to take me off. You're trying to take me off again. It's okay. So tacky summation paper, I'm gonna tell you, we won't be bringing it in. I tried to put y'all up on game when it came to it. Y'all weren't receptive, and these are things that you guys need to learn in business. I understand that some of you guys may like it. It's not about like a lack of success for us, but if the people it's for, if they're not being receptive to it, it is absolutely insane as a business owner to keep things on just for people to trickle in and buy things here and there, because we have to pay for that upfront. And the longer that it takes us to recoup that money that we spent out to get this inventory, to pay for shipping, because this is imported. So the longer it takes, that's like money going down the drain, because you're not getting that money back to be able to do other things for your business. These are true business lessons that I'm sorry, I really don't feel like crafters are always ready to receive. Like, you guys just want to be crafters and like create things. But when it comes to business, you have to make these tough decisions. This is why you guys are stuck trying to do every single trend, because you're chasing the money that way. And I'm like, I'm not going to chase money by bringing things on. And we did it for a while. We tried to introduce it, talk about the benefits of it, but it just took people too long. And as a business, we can't do certain things waiting for you guys to catch on, because we still have to pay for it. And then it's just going to sit there. And then if you're somebody that's not really tracking inventory, so doing different business expenses is a lot different than tracking inventory and putting that inventory in. When you have all of this inventory at the end of the year, this is how you end up owing Uncle Sam a whole bunch of money, when you have too much inventory. So as somebody who has a true product business, this is something that we also teach. This is why I'm always telling you guys don't sell products. You have services because products means you're carrying inventory. On your taxes, you are putting that you are carrying inventory. You're not just putting them as, things that you have purchased. It's inventory. And if you have all of this inventory at the end of the year, baby, that tax bill is going to be high. So to avoid that, we have to keep our inventory down. So just ordering a bunch of stuff for it to sit there isn't beneficial for us. And that's kind of where the tacky paper went. Now, when it comes to the rolls, they are tacky. We even tried to do some rolls that were fast dry because people were asking for it. But I quickly learned, when we say people ask for it, for the amount that we have to order, we need to see a certain number of people, 2, 3, 5, 10, even 25 people, 50 people wasn't enough to go and make this decision to bring on fast dry rolls, because people were not buying it. And so we just end up with a bunch of it. And luckily we had some people that came and kind of like really brought a good amount of it, but we sat on it too long. But if you want to get it from another company, which, hey, we're not selling it, so I don't really care. I'm never going to tell you a company to go to, but if you're looking into tacky paper, here is what tacky paper does. So for those, I know this says design, and this is kind of crazy that I'm always kind of having certain topics and then y'all coming for something else. When I'm talking about summation, y'all don't show up. When it's a general Q&A, y'all don't show up. But the moment I put me a really good topic on there, this one y'all want to come in with all the questions. I don't mind it though, so I'm going to answer it. So her question was tacky summation paper. What is it? Is it the same? You just don't need tape. So absolutely not, right? Because tape is an instant tack, right? So most people are using tape to hold things like in place for certain things. Like there's times where you do need tape. If I'm doing like a bookmark or something, I want to tape that down because that's something that's really going to easily move and it can shift. I was doing a grad cap topper, and the best thing for me would have been to tape it down because the moment I pulled the heat, like it just kind of messed up because of how small it was. And that's sometimes when you need tape. Like if I'm just doing like a design on a shirt and it's like really, really big, I'm not using tape. The way our paper is, it's not really needed. So tacky paper is great for things like stoles. So whenever I'm doing stoles, I'm going to use the roll, which is tacky, because my heat press is 16 by 20. But because I use 72-inch stoles, this is like 36, 30 something, whatever, like for each side. So that means I have to press it in sections. When you're using tacky, it itself is not sticky because you can't put anything sticky through your heat press. So that, of course, is not how it is. It's still very dry. It feels like regular sublimation paper when you're just loading it. But once you heat it up, there is a coating on it that is activated by heat and pressure, and it's going to stick to your polyester fabric where you pressed it at. So now I can rotate my whole stole and I don't have to worry about it slipping and falling. And now things are like shifting because that stays right there. And I can move it a lot easier when it comes to that, right? So I'm going to move it and then I'll be able to press it. Boom. We're going to have really, really great great outcomes and not have things shift. Like that's one way to use it. Some people experience a lot of ghosting, especially if they're hesitating with putting their heat press down, or let's say they pressed it and it didn't come out like so great. So they want to kind of give it like a couple more seconds. If you're using the tacky paper, because it's going to stick to it and it's going to stay in that area, if you want to hold it down, take a little peek. Okay, did it go? No, we can put it down. It's not going to shift and move because it's stuck to the fabric in that area that you didn't pull up. So you'll be able to pull it down, get a little bit more tact, a little bit more release on it if needed, and you don't have to worry about it shifting. So it creates a temporary tack on your fabric once you press it. But there are people that will use if it's something that's small. Let's say if I was doing a small patch, even if I'm using tacky sublimation paper, because that is small, I would still tape it down, even though I'm using tacky sublimation paper. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Thank you. I tell everyone I know about you and how amazing you are. Been with you over 10 years. Hi, Kat. How are you? So MJ did well, because I know like you're the one that was like in education, right? And he got a 5. So him and my niece actually had a 5 on their reading. So I think you were the one that was like you'd have loved to teach him in school, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so he got a 5 on his reading fast test. So they already stopping people that don't have pro being able to use templates that they buy that has pro features. So, okay. That is kind of true, but not true, right? So I know some of you guys have probably seen this. I was wondering why my color looked weird. My overhead light isn't on. Let's turn that on, shall we? Okay. It's a little brighter now. I was like, I'm looking at this because, okay, my playback monitor is down here. But when I'm talking, I'm trained because, I've done theater and I was on like the morning announcements, TV, stuff like that. So I'm trained to like look directly into, I want to look into your eyes. I want you to feel like I'm looking directly at you when I'm talking. So I look directly into the camera. So I don't get to see my monitor because it's down low. I need to have one that's like right here to where I'm looking ahead and I can see the monitor. But for now, it's down here. So I happen to look down. I'm like, why it looks so dark? Overhead light isn't on. So now we should be a little bit brighter. Okay. Anywho, so with the Canva update, so I've seen that one pause sidebar. I'm trying to figure out where did this post come from because it's literally the same post. Like it's not like, which had me kind of like wondering, was this real or not, right? I don't see where several people got this message from Canva and everybody is posting, yo, I just got this message from Canva. What is going on? I am literally seeing the same exact post shared all over Facebook. I don't know. It might be on Instagram. It might be on TikTok. I don't really play in them streets as much, but I'm definitely in these Facebook streets. And it's like everybody is literally in an uproar because they took a screenshot of the same post and everybody's reposting this. Where the rest of y'all emails at? Because I know I pay for Canva Pro. I also have a free account. I went to both of those emails. I didn't see an email from Canva with this information on it. Did anybody else? So maybe I'm missing something. Like, did I get left out the group chat? Did any of you guys actually get an email from Canva about this change? I looked on the app. I went into settings. I went into their terms of service. I'm checking emails. I'm checking junk mail. Where y'all got this from? Please explain to me where did that? It's giving very much this was created via ChatGPT and y'all are putting people in an uproar. I just need to know, is there anybody watching where you got the official notification from Canva like about this change of the templates and da? Because I look back, I'm like, okay, maybe it was before, because they did make creating template links a pro feature. This is true, right? They made that a pro feature. But I'm trying to figure out, where did this information come from that this whole free da? Did anybody else get it? Or is everybody in uproar about that little black post, with the writing on it? And I just need to know, yes or no, did you get that message sent directly to you? Thank you. Learned something new today. Tacky submission paper. Yep. It's a thing. No one's going to answer. No one's going to answer. No one's going to answer. So does that mean no? Does that mean no? Because see, I'm a skeptic. I saw it, I read it, and I'm like, okay, I interpret it based off what I read it, but I definitely went looking, and I actually meant to I'm going to make a post about that. Like, I'm trying to figure out, where did this come from? Because I haven't seen it. And I've been with Canva for a really, really, really long time, and I don't see it. And I've looked high and low. I've done a Google search, but most of the Google searches comes back with this post, this thing that comes out. Like, I'm like, where are y'all getting this from? And then somebody, so when I answered it based off of what that screenshot says, I guess somebody said they contacted Canva and that they got this response back. I don't believe that either. And I said it on there because I'm like, this is totally contradictory to what this post, this screenshot of their correspondence says. It makes no sense. And I feel like they're saying it, and you can never always trust customer service agents, because I have talked to customer service agents that don't know what the hell they're talking about because they kind of like read from a script, and they're also on social media. And I feel like in businesses like that, sometimes what's on social media affects how they kind of handle calls. But I'm like, I ain't seen nothing official from Canva for this, and people are in an uproar. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me break it down for you. So let me find the post, because I can find it real easy, because somebody tried to check me. Don't check me, boo. Don't check me, boo. So let me find this post real quick, so I can read this off to you. Check it out. Okay, wait, where did it go? I wonder if that group deleted the post, because now, okay, boom, somebody commented on a photo that I was following. All right. Okay, so because it doesn't show like at the top. So it says something about what's changing, and then it has like all this stuff. But I'm like, where is like the rest of this, right? And people are in uproar calling them bogus. And if I was Canva and this wasn't, okay, are you looking through your email to find it, or are you looking at the email from Canva right now? So what do you mean by that? So it's like, I'm looking at my email now. So are you looking for that post, or did you get this official correspondence from Canva? So I'll read to you what this says, and I'm definitely gonna have to change the title of this. So it says, what's changing? Starting June 2nd, 2025, template links will become a premium feature included for paid users, not for free users. Here's what that means for you. So I want to do something real quick, because the fact that it's saying June 2nd, when it's all like right now, there is a, what's that thing called? A crown on template links in Canva. Like that's already a thing. So I'm not sure why it says like June 2nd, because that's literally already a thing. So now I'm going to go and log in to my, do I have it with face? Okay, no, it's not that one. Log in with Google. Oh God, is it this one? I think. Oh God, I cannot. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Because I know I have another account, but it's not coming up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's this one. I don't know. I don't know if it's this one. Okay, it wasn't that one. But okay, I'll still be able to do this. Thank you guys for your order. Yes, that's me. Okay, I'm just gonna go through this whole little process real quick. All right, give me a second. Oh, so now this is something, and I knew I had a feeling, because okay, now the email that I did get from Canva was they were going over the launches. So when like Canva Creates was like probably like a month ago, whatever, somewhere in there, and they only released it to the first 1 million people. Now, so it's official. If you go to Canva, everybody is now in that Canva Uncharted, which is like the Visual Suite 2.0, the Canva Sheets, Magic Studio, it's like all of these things. Everyone now has access to that. So we were able to kind of try it out for probably like a month or so now, because I think I was like number 40,000, something like that or whatever. They opened it to like 1 million people. But now when you go on, everybody is going to have access to the sheets, the coding, the da. Right. So actually, I'll show you guys. Let me go present real quick. So present, share screen, entire screen. We're going to go here. We're going to share that, add to stage, and we're also going to go share screen, entire screen, present, share, and add to stage. And we're going to make it so where you guys can all see this. Okay. So you see here, so you're about to unlock the latest launches. So you can go to the homepage to see it, or, it's like continue to watch wishes come true, So you can go and you can watch it, where it's going to show you. This is what we saw. So I like this one, 20 million. So everybody is now able to like unlock it. So I'm like 20 million people, almost 21 million people have unlocked this. So let's go. Okay. The new version of, I'm gonna skip to the end. I ain't got time for this. I've done this already. So this is a free account. If I were to come, let's just say here, and I go to, we're going to go share, we're going to go download. No, I'm sorry, not download. We're going to see all and template link. This has a crown on it. That crown has been there for well over a month. So this makes me question this email that's going around, or this screenshot saying that as of June 2nd, this will be a thing. This has been a thing for well over a month, right? This is why I don't believe it. I keep telling y'all got to check your sources. You cannot believe everything that's just online just to believe in because it's on Facebook. Like everything that's here is just Bible. That has been a thing for a while. So the fact that this correspondence, this thing says, starting June 2nd, 2025, template links will become a premium feature. They're already a premium feature. Where'd that come from, Harpo? Where does that come from? Right? Included for paid users, but not for free users. Here's what this means for you. Creating template links. There will be no impact for existing paid users. You'll still be able to create template links as usual, but any template links created before June 2nd, create templates as usual, and any template links created before June 2nd will continue to work without any changes, but it's already there. New users coming in. It's May 8th. Okay. Happy birthday to my god sister. Happy birthday, Jessica. You're officially a part of the 40s club. So that makes no sense, right? So then it says sharing and accessing template links. And then it says from June 2nd, 2025, free users who share the same email domain as the owner of a template link will need to be on a paid plan to open or edit shared templates. To keep the collaboration and sharing experience easier, we recommend inviting them to join your Canva team. Okay. That part for me was a little bit sketchy, but I'm still like, as far as what it's saying, people were in an uproar. Oh my God, that's going to be totally like, that's not fair. I have an Etsy account. This is how I do my business. I go and I create this. So they're trying to tell me if I create something in here and I put it on my Etsy account, if the person doesn't have a pro account, they're not going to be able to open it. Oh my God, that's going to mess up my business. That's not what they said. That's not what this fake message said. It says free users who share the same email domain. We have several people that have emails. So in theory, that means if someone had, like, if I had mine set up under the professor at hsinc365.com. So I had an account and we had free account, like that's the main account. So we can have all of the different things, right? But then I had an account that is like, let's just say Y Pericles, my husband, at hsinc365.com. If I had admin at hsinc365.com. Because we share the same domain, if we were just using Canva and it's like, or like my virtual assistant, they're somewhere, but they have an HS Inc., I wouldn't be able to send things to them for them to see that file under collaboration, and they don't have the pro account. So one of the things that I've never tested, when you do a template link, right? This means that everybody gets a fresh version of it. If someone makes a change on it, it doesn't affect the other 100,000 people you've sold this to. Everybody gets their own version of this that's now in their Canva library. If me as a creator, because I have pro, if I went in and I used a pro feature, they're not going to have access to it. So this is why you have some creators who make digital products and they sell like on Etsy and on their website, things like that, PayHip, Sandstore, all these things. They will say you need to have a pro account, not because of the templates and anything like that. It's because they did not bring in outside elements. They're using the elements within Canva, and these are pro because they have the crown on it. you do not have access to these, or you can access them, but it's going to have like lines through it. So you would not be able to use these. So anytime someone has used even one pro, unless you want to take that part out and then replace it with something else, like once you get it, they're saying for this, you need to have a pro account to basically have access to all of the elements that we have used. That's why some people you have to have pro on there. Okay. But if somebody used all free elements, or they just use Canva as a design platform, they pulled in all of these backgrounds. They got images of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Bugs Bunny and Animaniacs. I'm just showing my age. The Wuzzles. I just went through it with a friend who did not know what the Wuzzles was, and she is 40-some years old. Ma'am, how do you not know what the Wuzzles is? And how do you not know what Fraggle Rock is? I was really disappointed in my friend because she didn't know what Fraggle Rock is. And girl, we are the same age. I'm gonna need you to get it together. What was your childhood like when you don't know what Fraggle Rock is? Okay. So if you're bringing in all of these elements, you're bringing in someone's logo. This has nothing to do with the elements within Canva. You were just using it as a design platform. So you can then resell this, and have someone, open this template, and everything is going to work for them because you just use Canva as a way to put the design together, the same way that you would use Photoshop, the same way that you would use Silhouette Studio, the same way that you would use Illustrator, the same way that you would use Photopeak, the same way that you would use Inkscape, the same way that you would use Flexi. It doesn't matter. You just use Canva as a design element to pull everything together, but you didn't use any of their pro elements. Am I making sense for you guys right now? Let me know if I'm making sense. So if you're selling your stuff that way, they don't have to have a pro account because it's not attached to anything that has that crown on it. But I think what happens is if you are sharing this file that somebody else can edit, they're not getting their own version of this. It's still attached to your account. And I have done this through, they're educators, so they have the education version, but I have someone that shared an obituary with me. And as I'm changing it, she has it open on her side, and she's able to see these changes in real time. There was 3 of us on this file, right? So I'm going through and I'm setting some stuff up. I say, okay, hey, I rearranged it. We have room for an extra picture. So she's on her end. She's texting the person saying, hey, can you find another picture to add to this obituary because we need to fill out this space. So the other person on it, she opens up the same Canva file that me and person A are looking at. So now person, I'll say B because I'm A, that person's B, we'll say C. They add it. So as I'm talking to her, I literally see this image pop up. I'm able to move it around, put it in there. So we are all on this file collaborating in real time. And so if one of us did not have Pro, we would still be able to see everything because it was attached to the person's account that has Pro. So what they're basically stating now is if you are sharing a file, because there's a difference between a template link and a shared file. If you are sharing that file and they don't have a pro account, they're not going to be able to see it, is what this, to me, fake email is saying. Especially because what happens, they're doing a lot of stuff for business. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I screenshot everything. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and I was like, I don't think Canva is really trying to cater to regular people. For them, I feel like they feel like the value would be for people who are in business, they're making money, that they're going to be the ones that's going to pay. I think they feel like the people that are paying for Canva are the people who are using it for business. Just a mom or whatever, they want to use it to kind of make some little birthday stuff. They're not worried about paying for it. They don't see the value in paying for it. The people who are going to see the value in paying for it are businesses where they can use this for marketing purposes. Someone who wants to create an ebook, someone who wants to create a coloring book, a journal, a planner, so they can sell it like on KDP, they can have it printed out, things of that nature. They're the ones that's going to truly find value in all of these paid things. And I'm like, to me, the way that they're moving, because what average person cares about coding, right? I feel like they're catering this to businesses, right? So this is how I knew they were about to roll this out. I got the email that said, hey, come check out all of the features of like the new Canva. They were basically having a replay of the conference that they had. So when you go and you sign up, it looked like this. So I'm not sure if you guys can see. So, name, that's normal. But you see that asterisk? That meant that you had to put something there. Whenever you see an asterisk, that means that is required. So for company, that was required. So for somebody who is a regular user, I don't have a company, or I'm not going to put my job there. Like, what does my 9 to 5 have to do with me using this Canva for like my personal designs? But they had it there where you had to put a company, and it was mandatory to put a company. So I was like, yeah, they're now catering their platform to people in business, to entrepreneurs. So then the next one, what does it say? Company size. So now the ones who are like the company size, what's your role in this business? What department? These are all asterisks. Does that not scream? We don't care about y'all regular folk, okay? We want the people who are entrepreneurs, who have businesses, because they see that like the value in paying for it. We're going to go and we're going to raise this price. We want them to feel like my business cannot survive without this. I am so dependent on this for business. If they take this up to $30 a month, I'm going to figure out a way to pay this because I have so much of my business invested into this. And I really think those prices are going to skyrocket because anytime anybody makes something for commercial use and the whole thing of its business, the price goes up. If you don't know, when you go into a brick and mortar, light costs more. Same electricity, but because you are a business, your rate is higher for electricity. Your rate is higher for water. Your rate is higher for cable, for internet. Because you have a business, they limit the number of channels that you can have unless it is in a private office. If you have TVs in a public area, you have to get certain plans in order to have cable where, like, let's say if you are a hairdresser and you have like an actual, or, at the nail shop and this, that, and the third, they're limited on channels. You might be like, okay, well, can you put it on this? And they can't because they may want to watch TV, have it for their customer. They have something to watch while they're getting their hair done, their nails or whatever, but they're limited on the channels. Even if you have like something in your home, like you are someone that's like in beauty, you have a setup like in your garage or whatever. If that is set up looking like a business and the internet company comes in, the cable company comes in, and you're like, okay, I have this TV because you want to be able to watch TV while you're doing hair, or like, you might, whenever you don't have clients, you want to be able to have like to watch TV and not be in your house. Because you have that set up as a business, they will tell you, hey, we can't put the residential here. You have to get da 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 da. If you're trying to extend your cable from your house into like your business space, they will say, because this is a business, we can't run this in this area. You have to get a totally new account because you're doing business in here. This is not just for you. It's not in a private office. We have to set this up and you have to get a plan that's for public viewing. Most people don't know that when they go into business and think about brick and mortars. Every entity charges businesses more, except for wholesale places where you're buying, you're going to buy supplies and things. Of course, you get it lower as a business compared to being a consumer and buying it at retail. But all of your utilities, you pay more. I really feel like that's the way that Canva is going. Okay. So someone says, this is very true. Even in my country, business internet costs more than residential internet. Telling y'all, these are things I know. So that part kind of like, I understood that. That's why I was kind of sort of believing it, because I'm like, I had already signed up for that thing, even though I was at the live viewing of Canva Uncharted. And I'm like, okay, so they're basically trying to force people to get teams. So this was a really big thing when they changed their pricing early this year, like end of last year, where if you had teams, the cost was a little bit more when you did teams compared to just having a Canva Pro. You had to be very careful with which one you chose. All of the old accounts, Teams was built into it. Once you had Pro, you had access to Teams. You can give somebody access to things, and you guys could share files. Well, they changed that, and Teams became its own subscription, and it cost a little bit more. So if you had someone that just had Pro, it's like, okay, they need to pay for Pro, or you need to pay the higher rate for Teams. And with Teams, you're paying a little bit more, but you can have like 5, 6, or 10 people, whatever, like on your team. But if you were a single person, like, and not a business, it made no sense to have teams. But if you have a business, you technically are saving more money by having the teams accounts. So like that's like how that is. So they're basically saying they need to have their pro account, or they need to have, like, you need to upgrade to teams. So they're trying to get people to go that route if they have a business. If you did not watch Canva Creates, like their conference thing, part of their videos, they were showing companies like Disney and like these are big companies, and they are using Canva for their promotional things. If you are somebody that has like Netflix or like Disney Plus and all of that, when you go and you see that preview, when you're going through like the menu, or you go to like a certain show and it's giving you like the synopsis and it has the picture. Well, when you're watching that video of Canva Create at the conference, they had one, I forget which show it was. And basically it's alluding to the fact that these companies like Disney Plus, Netflix, whoever they were talking about, they are like their marketing team, their design team, they're collaborating on this, and they're not creating their graphics in Photoshop and Illustrator and these things anymore, so that they all can collaborate on it at one time, and someone can easily make a change. Because if you're on something like Photoshop, you can't see that. Like someone will go in, they will have to make the change, it'll upload, and then you'll see it. Okay, well, no, I don't like that. Let's move this. But with Canva, somebody can be somewhere else. You're on this team. You both can have this file open. And as you're making a change, okay, well, what about it here? Boom, it's going to change your side. I don't like that. Let's move it. You're able to adjust this in real time. So a lot of major companies are using Canva now for reasons like that. So I think that's more what they're talking about, because they want it to be more of a business, and businesses are using it as a collaborative thing. Because they talked a lot about vision boards and using the whiteboards, and you can have this, and then you can roll out your campaign, you can have your newsletter, you can have your social media posts. That's why they changed all these things, to make it better for businesses. And when you have virtual assistants, or being able to communicate with your marketing team, your design team, and everybody kind of has everything all in one place, they are changing who they're catering to, because they're following the money. Entrepreneurship is where money is. People who are in business, because having that subscription is a deduction, Canva is following the money. Offering something to those who are just casual users, who's just a regular consumer, there's no money in that. They're following the money. And you guys need to learn to do that as well in your business. Follow the money. This is the thing that I'm trying to figure out, because as much as I love Silhouette and I know that it's important, I had to pivot and do the whole Canva thing and, lean into that more, because that's what people think is like the way to go. Don't get me wrong. I use it. It's a very, very powerful thing, but I still go, like, for regular designing, I still use Silhouette Studio. I still use Photoshop. I use Canva for certain things. So that's that. So I had left a comment, right? Because that's how I read it. It's like, it's just for those internally. But someone posted something, and it was like, well, What about Gmail, right? Because how this is worded is very vague. It says if someone has the same email domain. Well, think about all of us who have Gmail accounts. We technically have the same domain of at gmail.com. So that would technically, by the way, this, what I perceive to be fake post is if someone you're sharing with someone and they have a Gmail, that's going to trigger that. If you have a Yahoo, they have a Yahoo, or is it Ymail, whatever it's called. If someone has a Hotmail, like, and you, it's going to trigger that because that is the same domain you're sharing it with them, or they need to have an account. So that was something else. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense how they said that, because technically anyone with a Gmail, a Ymail, a Hotmail, an Outlook, I still got an AOL account. Sorry, I'm showing my age. Some of y'all younger folks probably even know what the hell AOL is. But I still have an AOL account. I still have and it still works. My email on that still works. So I'm like, that makes no sense with how that was worded. So then somebody commented and said, hold on. And again, this person's name is Renee, right? She took a screenshot of something from somebody whose name is Gladys, because it says, hi, Gladys, da 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 da. And so it says all this stuff. So she just took that screenshot and she's posting it. Girl, did you email them? Because that don't make no sense. So it says, thank you for your follow-up and for outlining your specific situation with Etsy customers. To clarify, after June 2nd, 2025, Canva free users will need to be on a paid subscription or free trial to access and edit templates shared via a template link, even if the link is created by a Canva Pro user and the recipients are not a part of your team or organization. This means that your Etsy customers who only have a Canva free account will not be able to open edit templates you share through a template link unless they upgrade to a paid plan or are on a free trial. As Canva grows, we're investing in making it even better. Some advanced features like template links are now part of our paid plans. Good news. Any templates I think that I really think that this email is bogus. I really do. Because why hasn't Canva come out and said, you would think that it would be all over their website. It would be in emails. I have not seen any correspondence, and I have several accounts with Canva, and I have yet to see that. I didn't even know AOL was still around. Yeah, I still have my AOL account. So be mindful. And I told people when I was on mine, I said, I guess we'll find out on June 2nd, won't we? Because I'm not going to panic about it. There are workarounds, which I will never tell, because y'all like to call people gatekeepers. Some things need to be kept behind a gate, because when people come on these social platforms and it's in public settings and these companies can see it and you are blabbing about your back doors to stuff, guess what they do? They lock the back door. So I wish more people who figured out things, their audience should trust them enough to where they say, hey, come join me in this private Zoom. Yeah, you may have to pay for this information. Pay that little couple of coins and get that information, because the moment it's no longer kept behind a gate and people are on public platforms just blabbing their mouth, if y'all think that these corporate organizations are not in the same rooms, that they are not hip to this, they don't have people that are there and they're screenshotting stuff, and they will block, they have the resources to block you. Okay. Right. Because baby, the cheat code that I just figured, they're going to find out about tonight in class. But baby, I'm like, oh, I have been stressing for months about this. And the cheat code that I just realized, once I had to calm down. I was really, really frustrated. And I really had to just calm, and I had to be centered, and I had to tap into who I am. And I'm like, I'm a solution. I am a solutionist. I find solutions. I figure out efficiency. And there was just a bunch of noise. And I've literally been frustrated for months about this. And I just really calmed the noise, and it came to me. And I came on here, I did like test 1 and 2. And I was like, it works. It works. So I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to say it. And I think it's probably been around for a while, because I think other people, that's how they were doing what I think they were doing. But I dare not say it on a public platform. won't get me. Yes, call me a gatekeeper. I am going to keep this behind the gate. I will share it, but I'm gonna share it behind the gate. I'm definitely not saying this in the public, but yes. So I was trying to figure out the back door this morning. So if this is true, I have a back door for it. But you got to join Creative Business, Creative Lounge to find out what that back door is, or our Canva, our Canva 101. Because actually in Canva 101, I kind of sort of told what the back door was in the Canva 101. There, some people don't know that there are certain things that you can do, but I am going to talk about it in our Creative Business, our Creative Lounge, and to me, that's not really Canva 101. So I think when I do my next level of Canva classes, that's when I will release that. But those who are in Creative Lounge and Creative Business, you guys will get the cheat code. If this happens to be true after June 2nd, I got the cheat code for you. I got the cheat code for you. I promise you I got it. Those who are in Creative Business, you will find out that cheat code tonight, okay? But yeah, anywho, I'm going to have to change the title of this, probably change the description on everywhere that this is, because this show just totally went off the rails, just off the rails on what I was going to talk about, kind of, sort of. I mean, we ended up talking about the Canva thing, but it's still like, about designing. So don't freak out. Continue to do you. Continue to create your files and things of that nature. If someone can't access something, then of course they're going to contact you. This is another reason why you need a program like Creative Business, because we talk about owning your, like, not giving these platforms full ownership of your customer base. Those who sell via TikTok Shop, those are TikTok customers. Those are not your customers. You are selling your product there, but they are not your customers. You may have access to their address. So unless you plan to send out correspondence to them to say, well, you can do that when you're sending stuff out to say, hey, get on our email list. Like, this is for our business. Like, so you're sending something out. You can do it that way. Same thing with like Etsy. When you have your file, you need to embed something in that download that says, hey, get on our email list, that you can communicate with them outside of Etsy and like TikTok Shop. If you're mailing something off, having something where it's like, okay, Etsy is cool, but we also have this here. I'm gonna give y'all a cheat code. I'm about to give y'all a gem. This is where you need to have discount codes. Y'all give out discount codes all willy-nilly. Y'all are cutting yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot. This is why y'all feel like y'all are not making money. I'm not going to say y'all not going to make money, but some people, you feel like you're not making money is because you throwing out discounts like left and right. You shooting the club up with discounts. It's like a strip on the pole. Like, here, you get a discount. You get a discount. You're not strategic about your discounts, and your discounts don't serve a purpose. So you need to be very, very strategic about your discounts so that you're not just losing money just to lose money. These are things that we are going over and we're teaching in Creative Business. I tell them, like, no, we don't just giving out no discounts. And, but not bulk. 10 is not bulk. 20, that's not bulk. We're not giving out a discount for that. Have someone buy 20 fans. Guess what? They pay for all 20 fans. Same price. We didn't give a discount. I'm doing the same amount of work. But there are times where those discounts need to come in play, and you need to be very strategic. One of those things would be, I need to get you off of, like, you're their customer. You are Etsy's customer. I need you to truly be my customer. So when I'm going to, however the deliverable is, if I'm mailing something to you, you as a business owner need to invest in getting some sort of card made. You can go get the photo ones. It's not like the real postcards. If you want to, we just want to go to Walgreens, get a few of them. They always have specials where it's photos, and you're going to basically put your information on there, get that little deal, and you have all these things. It's really pictures, right? You're going to get that, put it in there, and you're going to offer them some incentive to get on your email list, to come to your website, so that you're not paying for each listing with Etsy. You're not paying for the fact that Etsy chose, because you did what you were supposed to do. Your listings look great. I didn't ask you to put me in your advertising, but because you did what you were supposed to do as a business and your page looks great, Etsy wants to look great. So they're going to take your listing and they're going to make it a part of their advertising. And because your listing is a part of their advertising, guess what? You now have an additional fee because it's paying for like the marketing, the ads and things that they're running, because you didn't ask to be on there. There was no opt-in to say, hey, if you ever want to advertise, use mine. In their mind, oh, I'm bringing you more customers, potential customers. You're going to be in our advertising. You're going to be everywhere. So because we're giving you exposure, we're going to charge you more. If you didn't know that, now you know when it comes to Etsy, okay? So if you have something that says, hey, come shop with me on this platform, I don't care if it's a Shopify, a Wix, a WooCommerce, a Stand Store, a PayHip, this, or that, whatever it is, and you want to offer them some incentive, go, click on here, put in your email, and you're going to get a coupon code that you can use on your next order. Just come on over here. Another play that you can use, you can charge a little bit more on Etsy because of the fees. And when you go and you're providing your deliverables, whether it's a digital file, if it's a physical item that you are providing, you're going to say, hey, you can instantly save whatever the higher percentage is for Etsy, save 15%, save 10%. By shopping with us here next time because the prices are a little bit lower. These are things that you can do where you can leverage these sites where they have an influx of customers, but you're just using it for leverage. That should not be your end all be all of your business, and you are relying on that. I see a lot of people that want to sell, like they want, okay, I want to create stuff. How do I get my stuff on Canva? Look up how they pay people for Canva. Like you're in a pot. So you'll do all this work and you will technically get kind of like pennies for it. But there's going to be a way where you now go and you're doing advertisement for things to say, hey, I am a Canva creator. It's da 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 da. We have more items here. Come check out the rest of our files on this platform. And you're utilizing your social media to say, hey, I was good enough for Canva to want me on their platform. I was good enough for Creative Fabrica to want me on their platform. I have a shop on designbundles.net because not everything on there is created by Design Bundles. Those are artists. We have our products here. So you can get things there. We have a limited selection there, but we have the bulk of it here. Come check out our website. Those are things that you can do. When it's downloadables, even if it's like designbundles.net, Creative Fabrica, when you have that zip file, you have that, like the informational one, you have something in there that says, hey, if you love this, we have a whole bunch more. Come check us out on our website. You have to make these purchases. If they came from other sites like marketplace sites, you need to make them your customers. If you are someone that's selling on Amazon Handmade, can you make money from it? Yes. People are searching on Amazon all the time, but those are Amazon customers. They are not yours. If you are someone that sells things through KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, those are Amazon customers. Those are Kindle customers. They are not yours. You don't get to fully see their email address. You have to correspond with them through their channels, through their apps. And it's kind of a back and forth type thing. When I have to do a refund, I contact Amazon. They say, okay, well, we're going to send a message to the seller and we'll find out from them and then we'll have them do da, 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 da. It's a middleman there. How do you cut out the middleman? You make sure that in your deliverables, you let them know how to contact you directly. But, these are things that people get in my creative business program. If you're wanting these plays and how to actually make money, keep more of your money, and you're not spending out, not to say losing money, but it's like this fee, that fee, this, that, and the third. Yes, you're going to have to put in a little bit more elbow grease on the front end, but it's going to make how you operate a whole lot smoother, how you retain customers, how you get access to more money. It's really going to change that. But you only find that out if you're in our creative business program. Okay. Y'all are so quiet for me in the chat. Why y'all so quiet? Am I intimidating to y'all? Somebody told me that maybe I'm just a little too intimidating. I'm a little too intense. So you guys are afraid to talk to me in the chat. I don't seem like I'm just too serious. Am I too serious? Am I intimidating? Because y'all always get real quiet. And I don't know, because then it's like, some people are like, oh no, it's just good. I'm taking it all in. Well, where are my comments at that say, oh, that's good. Thank you for that. Where my little, do they have this? They need it. They need, hey, Samsung, Apple, and when y'all do it, give your girl her credit. They need, this is new, right? Like one of these. Oh, yes, yes. They need, wait, do they have it? They need one of these. Let's see, do they have that emoji? We need one of these as an emoji. Let's see. Do we have that emoji? Let's see. Comments as an emoji. Let's take that down. Let's go to comment. Let's go to people. All right, let's see. I see faces. Do we have, I mean, that they have the one that's like this, the same, like it's small, but no, I need it to look like this with like the little motion thing. Like I need something that's like, yes, maybe that's T. I guess that's the closest you're gonna get is the one that's like this. See, like the hand clapping, like it shows clapping because it has like the little burst. I need one with the little burst that looks like this. So it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So it doesn't show me on there. Yeah, I know. It's the one that's, well, it's probably going to be small to see. But it's like, they have that one. But people normally use that as, that's this small. That to me, that's like that's this small, right? But it's not the, I need the action to it that, it means, yes, clock that T, clock that T. But yeah, I need something like that so that when, I guess we'll make that the unofficial one. When there's some good stuff and y'all can't really type, I need to see, or at least drop some peacocks. And y'all know your girl dropping gems. Can your girl get some peacocks in the chat? Because I be feeling like I'm on an island over here. And I feel like I'm giving y'all real good information and knowledge that people pay for. And y'all not showing the love back. I need some peacocks. I need some, yes, clock that T. And she says 2 snaps in a swirl. That definitely gives me men on film. Oh God, TV was so great in the 90s. In living color, you can do what you wanna do. Everything else is up to you. You for me and me. Anything you wanna be. Oh, so in living color. All right, so the information is fire. Thank you so very much. Absorbing gems. Well, let me know some. Thank you for the peacock. Okay, some good information. All right, cool. Because I was starting to get worried a little bit. I was getting worried a little bit. All right, so just so that this is totally not off brand from this title, learning to design is important as a crafter in business. Is designing necessary? I don't even know if I should go into this right now. I don't even know. Because I could always don't have to redo this, and I can reset and I can chop it up and repost it. Like that was the first part because I feel like that was some very valuable information. And now I'm like, thank you for the peacock. I really feel like I should see more than that, but it's okay. Okay, I'm just checking some numbers here real quick. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, me checking these numbers. Here's the thing, guys. Right? I have spent a lot of time on my Shaquille Lavelle. Like, if you don't know, that is like whenever you kind of have your account, like, in order to create a business page, you do have to have a profile. Shaquille Lavelle is that for me. But Shaquille Lavelle is also my business one. I used to have a personal Facebook where I can just let down my hair. I can just be me. But this one is a part of my business. It's directly attached to my business. 97% of the people that follow me on, or that are friends with me and or follow me on Facebook under Shaquille Lavelle, they are not people that I know like from high school, like on my other account, and people I just know like in my regular life, family, friends, associates, things of that nature, old coworkers. 97%, and that's being very, I'm probably more like 98, 99% of the people that are friends with me, follow me here, are ones who are connected with me because of my business, because of me teaching silhouette through Silhouettes Anonymous, through me showing showing up in groups and doing tutorials on sublimation and building out that mega group, through me doing YouTubes and things of that nature, to me showing up on people's platforms. And at one point they're inviting me to theirs, and then, I was thrown out like trash, but it's okay. I still was of value. And most of you guys were introduced to me in some way, shape, or form due to something creative, due to something in business. As of the pandemic, I kind of switched more towards like the business side, where before was like all of the creative side. But that's how you guys were introduced to me on this platform. So when somebody goes and they decide to send Shakia a friend request, it's because I want to be tapped into her knowledge on these subjects for creativity and crafting, right? That's what most people know me as. But I need to make a transition because of some of the resources that I would like to use. I would like to be able to use things like ManyChat. I'm at a point in business where I need that automation. I cannot do that automation on my personal page, like on the one where you guys send me a friend request. You cannot put ManyChat on there. So in order for me to utilize these resources that's for automation, where I can make money in my sleep, I have to push more content to my business page. So those pages. So when we did someone's at the top of the broadcast said, "Hey, where are you moving to?" Someone said a new website. It's not a new website. These are my, and it's not new. They've always been there. Shakia the Professor is new, and those who are in my creative business, you guys know we created that one together. But like 365 Creative Academy, that is just our learning platform. That used to be our Silhouettes Anonymous page. So I'm going to be putting more information on those. I'm also going to be putting things on Honestly Speaking to kind of just push the sublimation brand. So when I'm communicating from Shakia Lavelle, it would be more so just like in groups, things of that nature. But all of my actual content will be on those platforms because I have to build them. I have to get the traffic there so that when I'm investing money into things like ads, or if I'm investing money into automation like ManyChat and all these different things, I'm not just throwing money down the drain because people are looking for me on Shakia Lavelle. So I have to do that over there. Sometimes, now that I've figured out this little cheat code, I will come on Shakia Lavelle, and it will be where I might start it just for those who have not, because you can't just do it once. You gotta have to keep showing up and letting people know where to follow you. So I will start doing these where I'm gonna start with Shakia Lavelle. Well, I'll have it on here, but then I will end that one and direct people to go over to whatever platform on. Normally 365 Creative Academy or Shakia the Professor. So make sure if you're on Facebook that you go and you follow those accounts. And once you follow it or like it, you click on it again and you change it to favorites. So that, and not defaults, so that you have a higher chance of getting notifications when I drop new posts, if I drop reels, if I drop lives and things of that nature. You want to put it to favorites so it shows up in your news feed, because we are going to make that transition. It is something that I have to do in order to scale, in order to be able to use the resources for scaling, because I'm at that point where it can get kind of stagnant. Organic takes you but so far. When you need to be able to reach more, or you need to be able to free up time and you need to do automation, which is where I'm at now, I have to make sure it's set up. And my mistake, and I will be very transparent in this, is these things also were not available. And I didn't realize that, they would be available to, you in the business space. But I spent 10 years building this platform and people connecting with me here that they don't really pay attention to the business page. And I need you there so that I can utilize these automations a lot more. So that's why you guys will see those, and you're going to see that post come up, that same post. I'm going to keep posting and keep posting and keep posting and keep posting it to make sure that you guys know to follow me on those platforms, because that's where the bulk of my correspondence and lives and things will live at. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, since the party favor days, forever go and still follow and love you and everything you do. Thank you so very much. All right. So can we do y'all are y'all overwhelmed? Can I talk? Okay, I won't take up too much of your time. Can I talk a little bit about design? Just a little bit? Can we talk a little bit about design? Or y'all ready to go? Y'all need me to release you like you be in church. Like, come on, Pastor. I got food in the slow cooker. You're gonna make me burn my food. Is this the keep go ahead, take your time, Pastor? Is this the take your time, Pastor moment? Or if it's the wrap it up, we gotta go. Let me know where we at. Am I talking to people where I can go? I can, keep giving the good word, or is go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. Hang it up, flat screen. Let's go. Come back another day. Can we talk a little bit about design? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Okay, I don't see. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna wrap this up flat screen. Well, no, what he say? Hang it up flat screen. I love. I started watching him on TikTok, and now I find him all over like Instagram and all that stuff. So I love him. Yeah, I think I've overstayed my welcome because we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. So I think I've overstayed my welcome. So I guess. Okay. I guess it's until next time. I see y'all. I have two. Not really enough to warrant staying on. We need a little bit more. I needed to know more people. We're kind of wanting this, or was it just team too much because it's been an hour and 40 minutes? And yeah, so. Okay. Well, see over here, y'all hitting on something. Okay. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between all the different platforms. She says, okay, no, come with it. And this is the Shaquille Lavelle and Soulaholics Anonymous side. Y'all aren't talking to me. So does that mean that we need to shut this one down? Do we need to shut y'all down, but keep the party going over here? She like, look, I'm coming again. Okay. I'll do a little bit. So we'll go. It's both times say an hour and 42 minutes. We'll go another 15 minutes or so talking about design so that this isn't like all in vain with the way this is. Some people, somebody tried to kind of reel me back in, but I think the Canva stuff was important to talk about. So designing, right? So the title of this originally was, is learning to design important as a crafter in business? And the other side was, is learning to design really necessary if you use templates? To know me is to know and love me is to know that once you get to a point where you are creating things for sale, you have a business, you got to take that craft word out of your vocabulary. I'm sorry. I am sorry to burst your bubble, but you got to take that out. Okay. It's folk who built their platform on craft business. And they are slowly but surely coming over to this side. And they're like now using my favorite word, which I've called you guys forever, which is creatives. It's so interesting to me when, I can be a trendsetter without being a trendsetter because not enough people know about me that, somebody probably told them like, okay, kind of, if you want to elevate, you can't just talk to crafters. You have to, just like Canva, right? They're not wanting crafters. They're not wanting regular people. They're wanting businesses. They're wanting creatives, people who are spending money, who are trying to make money. So they're going to spend money to make money. So I'm not big on the crafter word. Crafter to me is hobby. And when I see people say, oh, I want to, what do I have to do to quit my 9 to 5 to craft all day? Crafting all day ain't gonna make you no money. Baby, stay on your 9 to 5 if that's all you want to do is craft, okay? But if you're trying to build a business, get that out your mind. You're not quitting your 9 to 5. You're not figuring out a way to walk away from your job to craft all day. That's not crafting. You want to be able to leave a 9 to 5 to do your own thing and to start a business. So it's like when I see that, how can I tap in? Like the first thing is this is where that mindset piece comes from. If your mindset is still on how do I leave my 9 to 5 to craft all day, you need to stay on that 9 to 5. But now if it's how can I build a business? What do I have to do skill wise, business wise on the back end? Not just like, because if your focus is just on the crafting all day, you're not going to have a sustainable business, because business is about a whole lot more than just what you are doing creatively, right? It's more than just the design portion of it. If you want to walk away from your 9 to 5, you got to have strategies. It is hard. Okay. I stand before you very successful, but there are some days where it's like, oh my God. And then when you have those days back to back, where there have been times where that Shopify don't go ding, that you don't get that email from Thinkific to say somebody signed up for a new class. Those are the days where it's like, but you got to keep working. So if you're just worried about crafting, who are you going to sell this to? You cannot want to quit your 9 to 5 to craft all day. Crafting does not make you money. Strategies in business, how to properly market, how to do these different things, how to scale. That is what's going to make leaving your 9 to 5 or your corporate job worthwhile. Okay. So when I see people say that, it's very, it's like a dagger in my heart. But I will say so how I titled this, because that is a buzzword, right? You can be a crafter in business, but not have a craft business. Joann's is a craft business. Y'all see where they at. Michael's craft business. They specialize in providing crafty things. You see where they're at. Crafting can only take you so far. That's something that's hobbyist. And as a hobbyist, when they have to make a decision between that hobby thing and like getting some yarn and getting this and getting that, like, okay, I may want to do this. I like the premium one, but my budget, I can't afford this anymore. I'm going to go with the cheaper version. I'm going to do this. Consumers do this all the time based off of their budget and how much they have to spend. You can lose customers who are just regular consumers, right? There's no attachment to them. They don't feel a need to be able to have to purchase these things for the growth of their business, right? Hey, if I want to stop sewing today, I'm just going to stop sewing today. Who cares? I got this sewing machine. But somebody that is in business, they need these different supplies. So it's like, oh God, I really wish I was able to speak to someone, because their whole thing is craft, which is hobbyist. They're going to lose money. But if Joann's was to switch to more of a wholesale model when it came to certain things, and they became like the Jiffies, the SNS, the Alpha Brodas, and this, that, and the third, to where they moved away from retail and they became wholesale or bulk selling like these places, they would still be in business. They may not have like the you can have brick and mortar. They may have to like scale back on them, but businesses are always looking for places they can buy stuff wholesale, like for last minute stuff, and be able to go in there. I really feel like if Joann's would have shifted from their main priority just being the hobbyist and the person that just wanted to craft and create some things, and they really catered their stuff to bringing in things that were for businesses, if they focused in on bulk and not name brands, they would still be in business, because people in business are going to make these purchases because they need to buy it in order to make money, right? For those who are still making physical items. So craft, look at them. Y'all better stop. I'm telling you, you got to change your mindset. You got to start thinking business, right? So I put that in there, but I was very strategic in how I allowed ChatGPT to put that, where it's a crafter in business, but not a craft business, because you have to change your mindset. But with all of that, designing, if you have to really make a decision in this business thing, like if you're in this for business, if you just want to sell something, you have a heat press, you have a printer, you have a cutting machine. There are companies where they're not designing anything. They are a print shop. They're going to take the design that you created and they're going to just print it. They're going to take the design, they're going to take your logo, it's going to be digitized, they're just going to embroider it. They don't have to worry about creating your artwork for you. And these are thriving businesses. Just because you have a heat press, just because you have a printer, just because you have some sort of cutter does not mean that you have to be a designer, because you can go off of what other people are giving you. But what you do need to know how to do, none of these things work. A printer does not work without you knowing how to properly send that file to a printer. The cutting machine does not work if you don't know how to properly set up the file. A heat press does not work if you can't then set that file up properly in that design program, make sure it's sized right, make sure that it's, this, that, and the third, and then for you to send it to that printer to print it out to then go and heat press it. You can't heat press if you don't have that file set up properly to cut that HTV to then go and press it. It doesn't matter that you have the best pop dots from the craft print, which I just got some. That's what I made my 3D topper from. It doesn't matter if you have the best dimensional squares and double-sided foam tape. It doesn't matter if you're using the best glue. You have the best glue gun ever. It doesn't leave strings. It melts really, really well. You can use it and it's smooth out. That does not matter if you cannot get that design from out of your head, somebody else's head, and it has to go somewhere on a computer or sometimes the phone. And even then, that's kind of, I know y'all think that's convenient, but in this business, you need to have some sort of computer. It has to go there. And then you can't be lost in the sauce on what do I do then? You have to know how to work these systems. It is important. Even if you have a template, because you guys have questions like, what size do I make this for a shirt? What size do I make this for da 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 da? When people are making templates, they are usually designing these templates based off of how they used it, right? Because this is what now is being taught. Oh, well, you're creating it anyway. Make money on the side. You're going to use it for whatever it is that you need it for this party, for this, for this, that. We'll take that file, now make it to where you can just go ahead, drop that on a platform. You're going to sell that as a template. You're going to sell that as a design file, as an editable design file. So this is what people are being taught. So they're designing it for something very, very specific. Now, once you get that file, because you're like, oh, I hit the jackpot. I'm not going to have to do no work. I'm about to bang this out. Boom, 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 boom. You go and you get this file and it's like, this don't fit. You don't know how many posts I see where it's like, I got this file, but it's not working. Can somebody make this fit a 20-ounce tumbler? Do y'all not know how many 20-ounce tumblers there are? They are not all created equal. Some are slightly bigger. Some are slightly taller. Some are shorter. They are not all created equal when it comes to these 20-ounce tumblers. Some are tapered. Some are straight. They're not all created equal. But you're going to get this file. And because they're not going to go and make this fit every single type of tumbler, you then need to know what to do in your design program to make this fit this particular tumbler. Right now, we're in grad season. I could literally pull up from this pile that I have at least 3 to 4 different sizes for stoles. Different stoles. They're not all created equal. Some people are going to create this. What did they create this template, this design file based off of? I see a lot of people do stole designs in squares. And a lot of their design elements are on the edge. Well, if you now go and press this and you have the style where it curves, guess what's going to get off? You're going to be looking at a store where it's going to be somebody half of their face. It's going to be like this. If you go and you're designing it and you don't have the proper template, you're not going to know where to position things at. I see so many stole files because that's what we're in right now. And I cringe. And I want to say something so bad, but this community, this industry, when you call things out, I don't want that negative energy. Oh my gosh, she always I'm trying to help you out because why do you have this? Like you have people who, because it's so easy to just create something. Don't get me wrong, they have a good eye. And because they're great with putting designs and putting elements together, they think that they are an awesome designer. And you're not because you did not think about proper placement. So there's a lot of people that are creating these files for stoles and for different things, and they're not thinking about the size of it. You can, if you're not creative like with putting it together, you can get these files, but you need to know how to design to some extent to make this work for whatever it is that you have. Okay. Because they will go and they will design it and then it's not going to fit. I see so many of them. They have, the template and how it has like the little part here. They got a face like right there. That's going to end up here. Who going to see that? That should be negative space. That should just be color filler, background filler to go around your neck, unless you're doing something like I did somewhere. I strategically put words on the back of it. So they split the hair over to guy. From the back, you can fully read that and you have to reverse that. You can't just put that on there. So it is reversed so that when they put it on, it's going to read the right way. That's a certain way that you have to design. But when someone's putting a picture right side up, like everything is kind of, the same way, and it's at the top, that's going to either be in the back. Their head going to be like, oh, make sure my wig don't fall off, Shy. Their head is going to be back on the back of your stole, or it's going to sit here and no one's going to see it. You have to take the time to understand design. If you're wanting to do this and you're providing custom things for people, you need to understand how it should be properly set up. Don't overlook the importance of learning what it means to design, what it means to have safe zones so that things don't get cut off. Okay? You have to learn to design, even if you are using templates. So for this question of, is learning to design important as a crafter in business, or is learning to design really necessary if you use templates? Yes, it is. It is important that you learn how to read a design, how to properly set it up. They can give you all the elements. How do I move this around? Especially if they're giving you an editable template. That means you need to learn how to edit. There are so many people that want you to believe that if you have this editable template, that means that you don't need to learn how to design. Oh, you ain't got to have no design skills. Oh, it's people that's going to, you still need to learn how to move it around. How do I select this? Learning how to use a program is still a part of learning to design because you need to edit this and move this around. Unless you are going to just use that template as is, you're going to use exactly what stoles, you're going to have to ask them, hey, this was based off of what? And I will tell you, it's a lot of people who are just they'll ask somebody, hey, what size template y'all make? What size y'all use for this? And they're just going to make that box whatever size. There's 60-inch stoles. There's 70-inch stoles. There's 72-inch stoles. What was this designed for? And no, you cannot just make it bigger to fit because they're still about the same width. They're just longer. What are you going to do to adjust that? It is important for you guys to learn how to design. Now, do you want the cheat code? Do you want to know where you go at to learn how to design? So someone says, learning the behind the scenes first, and it takes time. You got to measure, but then you will not learn if you're not corrected. But see, people don't want it. They don't want to be corrected. I am finding this out. They don't want to be corrected at all. Um, I don't like being called a crafter. I'm a creator or designer of all things if asked. OMG, I love the bleed substrate and safe zones that you teach. Saves a lot of my designs. Yes. I should have asked about that technique about the stole on the design class last night. Well, and yeah, and see you and Akeisha, you know, right? That my original thing what for that was to literally have a session every single day, like to have office hours because everybody isn't available. My ultimate goal is literally like I'm on here, right? I can be on here just kind of talking, which it is marketing for my business, but I also like this is what I do the bulk of my day. So I'm either working on marketing stuff on the back end, I'm doing like certain things, I'm working on zip learning to prepare for the summer, stuff like that. But I would love to be able to have these Zoom sessions where you guys have access to that level of help every single day. I am in the morning meetup, which is David Shan's thing for like business and entrepreneurship. I went there probably for different like reasons because it's not always that I kind of find value like in every single thing. But just being around like-minded people and just kind of getting a feel for that. Like I really wanted to see what their energy is like because thinking, having this platform where you're showing up every day. I know now he has more of a team and it's not like so much strain on him. I would love to know like how it was. I just joined. But I know there are some people that said like it was kind of like him showing up. And I think he said it too. Like, what is that like showing up every single day for an hour? But it's also in the morning. And I'm like, dude, I needed to know. Is it really people on this early in the morning and they are engaging? Because when I come, I can't get these people to say diddly squat. So I did. I went into the morning meetup and I'm like, is it really people up this early in the morning? Like they're listening, they're engaging. I'm like, okay, it might be people on, but that chat has to be like Jiminy, like it has to be crickets in the chat. There's no way they're up, they are engaging. There's no way that they are asking questions. And I was like, okay, it got to be me. It has to be me because I'm in the morning meetup and in the morning time, they go through like the book read, like every single well, it's not gonna say every single month because like how long it takes to read the book, but there's always like this book club, and there is a book that's about entrepreneurship and help you. Like right now, they're reading Build Your Brand or Brand Build Your Brand Story, I think 2.0. And so every single morning, when you start at 7:45 until 8 o'clock, so for 15 minutes, it's people coming on. They have their cameras on. They are unmuting and they're saying, these are my bars from this book. This is what I got from this book. I'm like, these people are really engaging in the chat. The chat is going. And I'm like, where these people at? I need that type of energy. And I needed to see that to have me keep going because I'm like, I'm up. Like, I can't give y'all my evenings all the time. I got kids. I got a man. I got a husband. I got a house. Like, well, that sounded weird because it means like I got a man and a husband. No, I just got a one husband. I don't cheat. Like, I had that came out weird. I have a husband. Okay. I got a husband. That was it. Because that did happen. But anywho, but I got a family, okay? I have friends. I want to be able to go out. I want to be outside sometimes. So I can't do everything in the evening, everything on the weekend. And I'm like, how are they getting people to show up? He has the biggest entrepreneur like community, like that's what he's trying to build, like the biggest entrepreneurship community. Okay, are people just watching the playbacks? Like, are they? And every single morning, we're talking 160, 200 people, 218, 220 people every single morning. And I'm like, how are they doing this? I would love to be able to show up every single day and provide value every single day to a paid community. Not just those. We were paying $98 a month, 97, 98, somewhere in there. They're $100 a month. But people are showing up. And I'm like, I needed to see that this was possible because I'm like, here I am. You folks don't say nothing, okay? They always, I'm at work. What? How y'all on here? Like, what is going on? So I needed to be able to see that. But Quisha, like, I would love to be able to have that session where today I could have answered that question for you. Like, I would love for that to be the case. But anywho, it's important, guys, to learn how to design. Don't just rely on templates. They are great. They can be time savers, but you also have to make sure that they work for whatever it is that you're using. Last night in Creative Lounge, that session, there was a participant that had a question about doing the foldable fans. And I have some, right? But all the ones that I've ever used are the ones with the black outline to it. So it's easy for me to measure the white part. And then when it comes to like the safe zones, so we had to walk through, okay, and I'm asking the questions. Is this the size of like the whole thing? And so some people will end up thinking, well, it's all white, I'm going to sublimate it anyway. But you still have to think about where designs are going to fall at on the seams. If it shifts a little bit, will you end up with white? So no matter what, you still need to have that bleed. Now, if it was someone who had the ones with the black outline, because you can't sublimate to black anyway, that's somebody that could have just done the regular size circle, because that area for the black would be the bleed for the white part. Does that make sense? But when it's all white, the dynamics of it changes. So now you need to put an additional bleed on it to make sure that it goes to the edge of that fan because it's all white. But there's also a wire because that's how it twists. So you need to now do a safe zone, not from the edges, because normally your safe zone, like we have the one with the black edges, it's from the white part and you want to bring that in. But this is something that, she learned that through showing up to this and learning about proper design concepts. Because the worst thing in the world is to go in to create something and the design is great, you print it out and it's the wrong size. Even though paper doesn't cost that much, ink doesn't cost that much, your time is very valuable. And you're like, oh my God, now I got to go back in here, redo this, then reprint it out. And now you're worried. So you're printing it out multiple times, like, okay, well, I don't want this to happen again. So you will print it out. You're going to go and see, and then you go and you press it and something is off center because you did not understand design. Guys, I cannot stress it. If you are somebody in the creative space, you are making handmade things. If you are not going to take that thing and use it as is, if you're not using exactly what they used, and hopefully they use something to create this from, because like I said, a lot of people just kind of measure it. Okay, it's this wide, and they just go to designing. They don't care about placement. They're just making a box and designing in that. Unless you are using whatever they used, or you don't really care about where you need help. Trust me, you guys need help with design. You need help understanding how to properly set these up and how to do it within these design programs. We have the Creative Lounge. We're trying to get to a certain number of people so that we can go back to where you guys will have access to ask those questions every other day, if not every day, to be able to help you in real time. We have design classes that will break this down for you. So our creative business like design course, or our crash course in designing, breaks down things like this: how to make something look far away, close, knowing about shadows, how to add dimension, things of that nature. You need to be in some sort of design class and understand composition, layout, things of that nature. YouTube is great, but YouTube is normally showing you, hey, it's just this. They're not giving you the real inner workings of design. So even if you're working with templates, we're actually going to do a series where we're going to take pre-made templates and really show how to rearrange them, make them work for different things so that you're saving money on all of the elements and you can just repurpose it. But you need to be in the room to gain that experience if you want to take your business to the next level. And how you guys are, I want to service everybody. If you're trying to service everybody, you need to learn how to design for everybody. So make sure that you click the link, head on over to our website, learn.365creativeacademy.com. Get into the room for the Creative Lounge. If you want to know more about the business side and you want more of those business gems to make sure that you are making money. There are those who joined our program and they were like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay for this, but what they're learning from it, they have come to realize this is too valuable information. They're learning so much to make their business run so much smoother. And they have been able to adjust their pricing, their mindset to where they've been able to sell things to ensure that they are able to pay for it every single month like clockwork. Okay. So we invite you to join our programs, Creative Lounge, Creative Business, You can also check out all of our old playbacks. Don't sleep on them. Don't feel like, oh, well, that was in 2022. That was in 2021. The way that I teach timeless concepts. These are things that from the beginning of design until forever, these will be things that you have to know. Don't sleep on them. Create a schedule for yourself. Make yourself a priority. Okay. I'm finding that to be a really big issue. It's like we're just focused on the here and now. Okay, I want to be able to do this real quick. Like, you think of templates as, okay, I can do this and I can quickly make money, but you're not making your growth a priority. You have to learn these things if you truly want to scale. You're wanting to leave your job and you're wanting to service all these people. The worst thing you can do for yourself is try to do it while you're in the midst of it. That is the most frustrating thing. You're going to end up working yourself. You're going to work yourself into a hospital. Ask me how I know. Heart attack at 42. You want to learn as much in the beginning to help you on the back end and just make it a seamless process. And design is one of those places where you start at. Okay. So until next time, because I don't see any questions, I'm going to get out of here. So until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Visit the website. We do have paper there, guys. Now, when it comes to the ink, we have only cyan, yellow, and black. The magenta will come back, but it won't be during the closeout. Once we put magenta back on the site, it will be once we are back into regular pricing and VIP pricing. Same thing for the 13 by 19 and 8.5 by 11. I think even did drop some. So I have to have that team do that and figure out how much they're going. So at the beginning of the week, I think they release a certain amount of those sizes, 8.5 by 11 and 13 by 19. So you got to catch it when they release it at the beginning of the week. You got to catch it. Okay. If that's something that you want, make sure you go to the website, you click on 13 by 19 and click where it says notify me when it's in stock. And the moment that team goes in and they restock it, you'll get notification. Make sure that you're reading your emails. You're opening your emails from us. You're on the lookout for that. If you know that you need that 13 by 19, that way you can scoop it on up. All right. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.